we doing?
All right, we are live. Sorry for the delay.
A little bit of trouble. A little bit.
Little bit. We got figured out. We're pretty good at figuring things out fast, thank God, and getting things underway. Trying a new program tonight, so it's going to look a little bit different. Feels a little bit different, but I like the looks of this, Clay. I think it looks good.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. I like the whole scene transitioning thing.
Mm-hmm.
That all works nice. We were doing a little experimenting with trying to learn how to get all this in order, and we kind of got all mixed up. So we're good
Right.
now.
Doing a little housekeeping, I guess. I
Yeah.
kind of it kind of went south, but yeah, like I say, you all know, we were not here last week.
Yeah.
Clay was out on vacation, which was well deserved. How was that before we get started
It was
tonight?
good. We don't do nothing fancy when we go there.
Yeah.
We just you're getting ready to go, aren't you? Same
Yes.
place.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going?
We are going the first week of October.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's the best time because it's non-tourist season. So
Right, tourist season. So we're talking about Cape Cod, and
Okay.
it is. Have you ever been there during tourist season?
No, we're going to Martha's Vineyard and we're going to do the Jaws tour. I'm really excited about that.
It is
We're gonna
rough during tourist season.
we're going to see. Yeah, that's what I hear. We're going to see all the locations that Jaws was filmed there in Martha's Vineyard, which is in Jaws is known as Amity Island. And then the next day we were flying into Nantucket Airport because I want to do that because that stinking TV show Wings that I love was based in Wings. If I didn't watch that show, I wouldn't even probably be going out that direction. But
Dude,
so
we
we're
did go to Nantucket.
yeah, we're flying in there and then we're taking the ferry back because the only flight back was way too soon. It only gave us like 2 hours on the island. So I ain't barely enough to eat. So we're taking the ferry back that leaves a lot later so we can have time to walk around, view a couple lighthouses, eat some good seafood, and then just enjoy the day a little bit.
Yeah. How long you staying? Just for the day?
Just for the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
cool.
busy. It's gonna be a fun vacation, but it's gonna be so busy. Man, there's gonna be so much content I'm gonna be filming, but that's why I've got 6 batteries now for a camcorder, and I've got like 4 or 5 SD cards because I'm gonna need it. But because we're gonna be doing like I said, Martha's Vineyard, we're gonna be doing the Nantucket Cheers Bar. Before we go to this, we're going to go to Salem, so we're going to be doing all kinds of
Cheers Bar. They have one out there too.
in Boston. We're going to stop.
Oh,
That's on the
okay,
way.
in
That's on the
Boston.
way out. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So
I've been to that.
Massachusetts is one of those weird states because you think it is far south of New York,
Nope.
but it's not.
No, it's
It
not.
makes
It's
no
north.
sense. I always thought New York City was like almost like by Maine, but if
Yeah.
you look at a map, it's like that stuff's freaking all north of New York. It's just weird, but yeah, it's so.
No. Way north of it.
Yeah, it
Cheers,
sure
I've
is.
I've drove a tractor trailer right out front, parked it, ran inside, and got some memorabilia, and then took off again. Oh, anyway, we are talking about UFOs tonight. We're talking about UFO sightings in water. So let's jump into that. You want me to go ahead and turn that footage on?
Let's do it.
All right, so there's a little video I made just talking about UFOs in water. For decades, reports of strange lights and unexplained craft have clustered not just the skies, but over the oceans, lakes, and rivers. These sightings have fueled theories of underwater alien bases or interdimensional gateways, and even top-secret military projects. One of the most famous cases comes from the 2004 USS Nimitz encounter. Navy pilots reported a tic-tac-shaped craft performing maneuvers far beyond known human capabilities, and radar operators tracked it descending rapidly toward the Pacific Ocean, vanishing beneath the waves. This wasn't an isolated incident either. Fishermen, coastal residents, and even satellite imagery have captured unidentified submerged objects, or USOs, moving at incredible speeds underwater. Supporters of the underwater base theory point to the planet's geography. With 71% covered in water, there's plenty of space for advanced civilizations to hide undetected. Large bodies of water could also serve as energy sources, concealment from human eyes, or even portals between dimensions. Skeptics, however, note that the ocean is a natural source of optical illusions. light reflecting on water, bioluminescent sea life, or even classified submarines could explain many of these sightings. The Tic Tac object, for example, could have been an experimental drone technology undergoing secret military trials. Despite decades of stories, no definitive evidence has emerged proving that UFOs or USOs are extraterrestrial. What we do know is that water remains one of the least explored environments on Earth, and whatever is lurking beneath the surface may just be as mysterious as what's in the skies above. Well, there you go. I'm not sure, but you're still muted. Oh,
Don't know why I muted. I muted my mic. I physically muted my mic. I don't know why I was muted on the screen. Because I knew the dog was barking, I took a drink, so I make sure my mic was muted. I don't know why. It shouldn't have affected on the screen, but again, that's one of those technical things that I don't
just
understand.
learning new equipment.
All right. So yeah, that is interesting. You know, and this is something you think about. You know, they got the experimental drones and things that fly. So why couldn't they have underwater, type,
Right.
drones that fly around?
It's very possible. I mean, I've never seen anything myself going into the water from the air and back from the water to the air or anything.
No.
That doesn't mean that we don't have that technology. It's very possible.
Right. And you got to think about it too. I mean, because a lot of enemy countries, they think probably the attacks going to be coming from the air. I don't think they think about water near as much. I think they base a lot of their.
Or if they think about water, they think about surface.
Yeah, they think about land or air coming in before something under the water. So who knows? I mean, it's very high probability and very possible that
I liked the whole thought or the idea of not knowing, because there's parts of the ocean that we haven't seen, and not knowing that something or somebody may already be down there keeping an eye on us. Like all these sightings that we see, they could be coming up out of the depths of the ocean that we've never been to, flying around, checking out things, and then going back into the water,
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I know the only one I know of. It's not. I don't think it's military. I think it's more studies. The Aquarius Reef Base near Florida. I think it's small, but it's only down like 60 feet. But it's underwater. People go down there and they're working and staying down there. I don't know about that. That'd be kind of eerie. I think. I don't know.
Working in an office that was in the water.
Yeah, because it's. Oh, I mean, it's not like you just open. It's like there's a fire or something. You just can't open a window and run.
No.
You know what I'm saying? you know what I mean? Like outside, if you're on land, yeah, okay, I'll just run out the door.
With this fire escape and.
I mean, 60 feet down. I don't know. I mean, it's not like. I mean, I think you could swim to the top, but I mean, what pressure wise would that be? I mean, I don't know. It seems like that might be a little much. I know when you scuba dive and you go down deep, you got to kind of. You kind of got to pop your ears a little bit to kind of get that pressure going. So I don't know about how that would be, but it'd be kind of neat to go down. I think to look at it for a little bit, but it'd be kind of
glass. Like are they working in there and they can see everything? I mean, that would be the purpose of it, right?
Right. I look for some images on that stuff, and it's really hard to find some of those images. It's a funny looking thing, I tell you. And I don't know if I can bring this up or not, but. It just looks very strange. It probably won't show up good, but we're going to try it anyway.
Now, is this that lab you were talking about?
Yeah. I don't know. It should be... let's see here.
Here, I'll bring it up if you want. Oh, wait. You already got it.
There we go. It's a small picture, but you can kind of get a gist of it. You can see the barnacles are taking over from being down so deep, but there's a diver down there. I mean, I don't know. It's different, I just seen that. That's the only one I know of. But like I said, we're probably not going to know of a lot of military bases if they're down there. They're just not, probably keep that pretty hush hush. They go underground a lot, so why can't they go underwater?
So your thought is if there is something that's way down in the depths that we don't know, it's military, it's not alien.
Well, I'm just saying it could be both. I'm just saying, we were talking about the Tic Tac being a military type of
vehicle or whatever.
Yeah, like a experimental,
Yeah.
aircraft or watercraft. So they do what they do with aircraft all the time. So why wouldn't they do it with, because think about it, they have to. I'm sure a lot of these the most advanced nuclear sub was probably tested long before it became,
Oh yeah.
commissioned and go on duty. So who knows? I don't know. You know, I had and I was in the service. I had a top secret SCI/TK clearance. All these little you had to get extra classifications the more you learn. But the people don't think, oh, just because you get that clearance, you can go anywhere you want and learn anything. No, that's not how it works. Because there's two things that in clearances. The first thing, obviously, is you got to have the proper clearance. Second thing is, which will get you, and this will get most people, the need to know. Just because I may have a high enough clearance, do I have a need to know what is hiding in this military installation here that I'm not even stationed at anything to do with? No, I don't have the need to know, so that omits me from doing that. And that's what I was weird because when we was working in that, I know it kind of off topic a little bit, but when I was working up there, some of these rooms had different classifications in each room, so you kind of had to be careful what you were taking from room to room. You had to make sure that you wasn't taking something in there that was higher classification than the room you're in. So you got to be kind of remember that when you move around. That's kind of interesting, but decided I'd kind of share that little.
Sounds nerve-wracking.
Yeah, luckily I didn't have a whole lot of thing. Mine was pretty much just sitting in there and watching the scope and listening to the broadcasts and stuff. So it was pretty tame on that end. I didn't do a lot of material from room to room. So
yeah, I wasn't in the military, so that just sounds like it would be really nerve-wracking. I'd be nervous.
Yeah, it can be.
I'd be like, oh man,
Right. But yeah, that's it.
We have some comments, dude. King Paco, how you doing?
Yeah, let's get
just him. The other two are you.
Yeah, I responded to him a minute ago.
Yeah.
He said, "How are you guys? We are doing well. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you being here with us." So, like I said, we're going to talk about the unidentified submerged object. They haven't renamed that one, I don't think.
So did you happen to pull up any?
Yeah, I got a couple things here. We're going to look at, some pictures, some pretty cool ones I found. I did a little research today, and I found some pretty cool ones we're going to share because there's not really a whole lot of information on these out there, but they do think there is some military, or not military, but alien bases. Like I think there's one they suspected anyway, out around California, Southern California area, and also
underwater.
Yes.
Okay.
And also one in Bermuda, a triangle actually of all places, because they had sent divers down there and they said the walls were so all of a sudden you got the reef and it just goes straight down like it was cut. Perfectly straight. Wasn't
straight angles.
Yeah, it wasn't
the wild is weird.
Yeah, it wasn't a gradual dip. It was just
eroded.
It was like this and then this. If my camera, just straight down, and it was like perfectly shaped,
like it was
like
dug
a square,
out.
Yeah, and things like that. It just didn't look natural, it looked like it was made by, either man or some alien or whatever. But it definitely wasn't a natural formation. It just, it was too straight, too perfect. But, and like you said, and you kind of mentioned that thing. The ocean is so vast. So deep in some spots, we don't even know. You can't just.
We can't even go, or we haven't been to.
No, was that the Mariana Trench or whatever it's called? Isn't that like ungodly deep?
Yeah,
like
it's very, like they get
30 or 40,000 feet deep or something. Unbelievable.
There's sea life down there that we don't even know about.
Right.
Because that's its habitat. It doesn't come up to where we are.
Yeah, it doesn't know light, and I can't imagine. And the pressure, it can live under the pressure because the water pressure down that deep is so strong. Think about, strong. Think about how
when you're a creature that has water in you, that's probably what makes it a little bit. You're regulated for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah,
because they breathe in water, and I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, they do. So. That's for sure. That's one thing you gotta remember too. So
how you doing, Mom?
Gotta say hello.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, but it's interesting. And now we do know, like, there's, of course, they're man-made, but there's some cities that were on ground, and all of a sudden, obviously over time have been flooded, and now they're underground and or under the water, and you can see,
Yep.
like, those are kind of cool. It'd be kind of neat, I think, to dive some of those areas. But
There's a town. I know this is off subject, but you're speaking about underwater cities or towns.
mhm.
There is a town underwater up here in Massachusetts at Quabbin Reservoir.
Mm.
The whole reservoir used to be a town.
There's something like that similar here, and you can see it. I can't think of the name of the town now,
You can
but you
see
can
this
only.
one, I guess, on if you're in a boat.
Okay, now the only thing left on this is like barely foundations and a few rocks where you could tell roads. There's no buildings or structures
I
left because
I don't know
I
what you see in this one like that,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
it's probably the same.
probably it's like I said, they moved the town because they were like you said they were going to put the reservoir there, so they had to just
Yes.
get up and evacuate the town. It's not too far from here, but I cannot think of the daggone town to save
See,
me.
that's the same exact thing they did here.
Yeah, but they had, like you
Same.
said, the only way you can see it is if it's like usually winter pool, like real or extremely low tide, because if not, you'd never know it was there.
Right.
Just it'd be under the water. But yeah, it's interesting.
It's
So
neat. Yeah, it's really neat.
yeah,
They've got pictures of how the town used to look and stuff, but
yeah. See,
it's
I
not
would
deep
mean to,
enough.
yeah, I've been meaning to get out there sometime and walk around there, but I just haven't done. But now, obviously, you wouldn't now. You wouldn't see anything because it'd be
Right.
under the
It's
water.
this one's not deep enough to be harboring any kind of alien life, though.
Right.
It's
But I mean,
it's
like we talked about the ocean. I mean, that because the way they see like these banks, how they're like I was telling you, are just
straight
they're
edges and
yeah straight edges, um, different formations around there that don't look quite right. I mean,
to
who's
me,
to say?
it's highly unlikely that if something is like you said straight, like if there's straight angles and flat surfaces, I don't think that's natural.
No, no,
And
it's not. There's purpose.
and I'm a
There's a
huge
purpose behind
skeptic.
it.
You know me. I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm not like, oh, it's all out. It's all true. No, I seem to rule it out a lot. But
right. It's either
s-
man-made or alien-made because it's not like you said. It's not natural. Rocks don't form that
right,
way.
they don't.
Erosion don't happen that way.
No, it doesn't.
It's
It's
just
random.
exactly.
So
So
for
I mean,
something to be
it's
flat and straight,
yeah,
that's
it's there for a
not natural.
purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to show a video here.
All right.
Um, I kind of like it. It's interesting, I think. So let's see what we got here. Let me pull this up here. We're going to share this screen. This come from Fox News, so we'll give them the first and most. This footage, all the video explained, it was leaked footage, and it shows one of these USOs here in that we were talking about in question. So let me share this here. Okay, I believe this is it. Yep, this is it. Okay, it takes a little while to get this going. So, all right, can you see that?
Yep.
All right.
Took off, booking it.
Now the gray you see down at the bottom is the water level. That's water there. It's not
Right.
land.
Break Omaha, Picnic Kid, Rafael Peralta, passability to launch Hilo ASAP.
Splashing your bearing ring.
Sure. You got 2 minutes, 30 knots.
Keep going, bro. Let's go down.
We're making sense. We could probably bring that 35 relative. Sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. We got a lot of white water out there, some 6-foot swells.
Whoa, it's getting close.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
Whoa, splashed. Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
Huh.
Interesting, huh?
And it just went right in the water.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting myself.
Huh.
Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Apologize.
No. All of a sudden we're gone.
We are gone. And we are back.
There it is.
Okay. I'm trying to get used to this new layout.
Oh,
It's
would
a
you
lot
hit the
different.
eye again?
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I have to go back. It's a lot different than what I'm used to. I'm used to StreamYard's functionality, and this is just a little bit different. But I think it's every bit as good. It's just a little bit getting used to. So it's the
Yeah.
first live show with it, but we're figuring it out. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting video. Yeah, I guess that was leaked out. That was actually
that was really cool because you
yeah,
can
that
hear
was
them
actually
talking in the background.
yeah, it was actual aircraft carrier that was on or naval ship when that
Yeah.
was yeah. So those like that are ones I really like because it's it's not some people out in somebody's farmyard, farmland making some crazy video or whatever out on the, trying to make something look real. It's legit, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what I'd do
I-
if I seen stuff like that,
Something plopping in the water and just see. That's the thing that gets me is when they talk about the maneuvers that these things can do
Right.
in water, out in the air. Things that are just traveling at X amount of miles per hour, and they're going, doing whatever they're doing. That's cool. That's we can't do that.
No, and then going right into the water.
And then going in the water and doing the same thing, going.
Yeah,
And
at those kind of
there's
that
no,
one.
There's no
that
kind of
one-
impact or nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that one was slow, but like you said. Some of those are going fast. They go in.
Yeah.
There's another
Even-
guy.
we would hit the water and there would be things would break.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean
we have would withstand an impact hitting the water like that.
a plane hit the water like that. It's done. It's toast. I
Yeah,
mean
it's gonna
just
bust all up.
Yeah, exactly.
These things are just going right in the water like
Yep.
nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. So I thought I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that I shared that little video. There was another video one that kind of goes in. You can see it kind of going in and out of the water. I didn't find that one today. I have to look for that and maybe get that up here at another time. But it was pretty cool too. You actually see it going in and out of the water a few times to go in and keep surfacing and stuff. That was kind of interesting too. So. It makes you wonder, and it kind of makes you wonder too, your credibility when you got these, these military guys that are on these ships that they see this stuff and they're like, what is this? I mean, it kind of
Because they know what's out there. They're the military. Like
right,
they're abreast on what they have as far as
right,
you know.
exactly. Is this something that they don't even know about? Who knows? I mean, there's a lot. There's so many theories and different things out there, because what was it in that, a while back, the one guy was saying the Tic Tac UFOs were, Lockheed Martin's technology. Who knows? Could be. Think about it. They had the SR-71 flying in the early 1960s, and it's still the fastest recorded plane in history. And that was
What-
back in the early 60s.
What makes me think about these Tic Tac things or oval shaped things is the stability. It seems like a shape like that would be really good for this in and out of water,
Right.
cutting through wind. Whatever it is. But what's propelling it? What's the propulsion? You know what I mean?
That's just it.
If
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing
mean-
on the outside to be seen, then it has to be something that's like magnetic or some sort of, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's got to be traveling differently.
Yeah, where's the engines? Where's the like a traditional airplane? You've got your wings, got your
Right.
tail and rudder and all that system. Obviously, don't have that, but and they got the these fly by wire systems like the F-117. They're one of my favorite planes. Wouldn't be able to fly without the fly by wire system. It's just not aerodynamic to fly like a regular airplane is.
Right.
So that could be real advanced technology that they've gotten so advanced we are
Oh, what
gone
did I
again.
do?
I don't know what you're doing. he didn't want to see me.
No, because you've got
No.
the R2 screens. There's no background now.
The thing is, it's like they could be like they could have such advanced fly-by-wire system that they could have in these things now that they don't really need. But I don't know. It's the law of physics. I don't know if we're
Right.
able to. I don't know if we're able to defy that yet. You still maybe these new technology can use that, figure it out, and algorithms and AI to figure out how it can make. I don't know. I just not into it enough to know. But it just makes me wonder. It's just wild.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, that's the things that make my mind start wondering is like
Yeah,
the
because-
whole propulsion method. Like what's moving it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if it's a completely solid craft that's smooth with no edges, no wings, no windshield, no this, no that, how is it moving?
Exactly.
And I
That's
mean, I've seen theories. I watch TV shows on this stuff every night, just about when I go to bed.
mm-hmm.
I'm watching something about UFOs. It's just fun. It's something to fall asleep to.
Right.
But they talk about this whole method of travel, how it's not, the technology is not what we're used to. It's not what we know. So it's hard for us to understand it. But obviously, if that technology is real and these are actual extraterrestrial things, that technology is normal to them, you know.
Right.
But it's cool
Exactly.
technology. I don't know, just the whole idea of we would benefit if we could do that.
Yeah. And I mean, some of these some of these UFOs are like Bob, it goes back in the Bob Lazar type thing, where they use different like anti gravity things to move, you know, and so I mean that's other technology that we've kind of developed. I don't know. We're never probably never going to know.
Yeah.
At least me and you, not in our lifetime, probably won't never know how they get it. But there's got to be, like you said, but for the in and out of the water without any kind of, that's perfect because there's no sharp edges and thin metal parts. It's just all one big round glob, kind
Yeah.
of going there. So like I'm gonna show this for an example. Oh, don't drop it. Like the Bob Lazar UFO here, we think that the ship, flies like this through space, like this, where he said that's not true. It actually goes like this, and it flies sideways, to
Oh yeah.
yeah, and in the one video of the one that was released a while back where it shows they were tracking on that one, you can kind of see that one kind of rotating, kind of like this, and actually kind of moving like this, like he was saying, instead of like this, it was moving like kind of like this. You can see
Right.
it giving that wobbly effect, and I thought that was fascinating too. I just want to I know it's kind of not a USO.
So they'd be like their cabin or the internal part of the ship would be on a gyro then.
You would think.
They would probably be on some sort of because then it could probably take off and land like this, but when it goes, that makes complete sense. I mean, flying this way is pretty streamlined, but
Yeah.
that way is even more streamlined
Yeah, and it just pushes
as
through
far
the
as gravity goes. You know what I mean?
right. That's what he was saying. That they actually don't fly like I showed you. They're tilted, and that was interesting too. Because you always think they're coming down level. Now maybe when they slow down and get ready to land, they probably
Right.
do.
They come, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yep.
probably do come down, but like return your trace to your upright position. We're
Yeah.
coming to a landing. Stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of neat.
We've got, you know what? I could try if Cecilia B is still listening. She's got a good story she could tell us about UFOs. I might be able to bring her in through a phone call.
Okay,
Would you want to try that?
absolutely.
You can work on getting us.
I don't know why our background went. Yeah, that'd
I
be
don't
pretty
know. It
cool.
just disappeared.
Yeah.
Let
Weird.
me see if I can do that. And if she's
Okay.
interested, we can try pulling it in. I don't know how else to pull her in other than connecting to my roadcaster, and she would just come in as my audio. So let me give it a shot here and see if I can call her, or if she's even interested.
Or answer now. I'm not going to answer that.
What's
Yeah, I do
that?
not. I may not answer that phone now. Now, I
Yeah.
do not know where the background went, folks. I do apologize on that. That is really strange.
It's very weird.
I don't know why, because I hit that and it's there, but we are not there. Which I can't figure that one out. But it's
Why is-
interesting.
I don't want to forget the device. Go into the Bluetooth.
Yeah, we're gone. I don't know where the background went.
Yeah.
So sorry about that,
I don't
folks.
know. We'll
We're
figure it
having
out.
this darn new program. It's just getting learning. But
Yeah. What do they call it? Growing pains.
exactly. Well, the main thing is we're still connected. You can still see and hear us. That's
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
important part. Hey, if I lose a little background, I'd rather lose that than complete sound or complete video, because that's a whole other whole other issue there I don't want to be dealing with right now.
Right. That's just one more thing. No, thank you. Let's see. Got outputs. I'm looking for Bluetooth. Here we go. Search for. There it goes. Roadcaster. See if I can pair.
I think I found us now, but I don't know how to get us on there.
So I've got it paired. All right. And see if she's interested. She hasn't said nothing, so I don't know. She's not back in the comments.
Yeah, I do not know where it happened to that
She's
screen.
got a good story though. Let me see if I can get a hold of her.
Okay. Well, if she comes on, it'd be great. I'd like to hear her. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear the viewers' stories. You know, makes it interesting.
I mean, it's not submersible,
Right.
but it's a good story, and I'd rather her tell it. She's answering. She's like, okay.
Right.
So I'll just call her and see what happens.
She says she's here, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's call Mom. There you go.
It'd be nice to maybe get another
Hello?
story on
Oh,
something.
hello. Can you hear her, Chad?
Hello?
I can.
Okay. So now we're
I
gonna.
can't hardly hear you now.
You can't hardly hear us. Well, we can hear you.
Okay.
You basically want to not watch us now.
Hold on one sec. Huh?
You want to tell Chad here about your UFO story?
Which one?
Which one?
No,
Which-
you guys were talking about the water, and I was
Right.
going to tell you that many years ago, Dad and I were sitting on the beach many years ago at night. We saw a light fly in front of us, way out over the water. It stopped. We were watching it for a while, and then just took off.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know what it was. I can't verify any of that other than we did see it many years ago.
Did it go straight up in the air when it left?
No, it went sideways. It went
Oh.
south, actually.
Hmm.
It came from the north and went to the south. So it could have been military, but I don't know any military that would stop right in midair.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and a helicopter wouldn't go that fast. You would have heard that. You could tell a helicopter anyway from that. Yeah. Yeah, that's
The
different
other
because most of
story
them
that
will
he
go
was
straight up, but that went sideways. That's interesting.
Yeah, the other story that he was talking about was I sit up late sometimes, and I always take the dog out when I go out, and I was outside, and it was a really dark night, and I looked up in the air, and I didn't know what the hell this thing was. All I saw was lights, just these lights, and so I turned off the porch light and got closer. I walked closer to it, and it looked like a huge triangle with lights on the bottom, just hanging in the air, no sound, nothing. That, I swear, I called my son right away and said,
Yeah.
"Guess what I just saw?" But I don't know what that was either. I really don't, and I didn't think to take my phone out and take a picture. It would have been too
Right.
dark. All you would have saw was lights anyway. But when I
Yeah.
got up closer to it, you could see the sharp edges.
No
Of
sound.
it
Nothing. She said it was silent
Wow. Yeah, that's eerie
silent,
too.
and it was huge. It
and
was
really big,
huge.
and like she said, she was talking about it like it was as big as her portion of the neighborhood where she lives.
But they call it the TR3B,
Yeah.
whatever, that UFO or something to that effect. I think
Yeah,
that
it's
triangle.
the triangle with the light. Now the other funny part is, I believe is that Air Force that's right
There
near
is an
you.
Air Force base. Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know if it's still, I don't know if they've abandoned it or what, but it's still fenced off.
That's the one over on Mitten Road, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
big section,
yeah,
Chad, a big, huge section of land that's just all fenced off, and it's Air Force, but nobody's. We don't. I mean, if you're not Air Force, you don't get to go on the property. So
you
Right.
don't, yeah, you can't get on it. You can't get on it.
Hmm.
But there's, I have seen deer back there from the side of the road. I've
yeah,
seen them back in
Yeah,
the
they know they're
woods.
safe back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was pointing out that there, is it even though she said this thing is really big, I was pointing out that there is an Air Force base that's what 4 miles tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know what this thing was, but it's still like like it happened yesterday.
That's
That's how I remember. It's just huge. It was huge. And it
yeah,
was,
that's
like I
pretty
said, it was
cool.
quiet.
Yeah, that's
But,
pretty cool though.
and
Really,
then,
I mean, I like that. Actually, seeing that, hearing about that.
And
but
this is
it kind of,
not somebody that this is my mom. It's not somebody that's
Right.
like constantly talking about like hodgepodge, silly stories. It's just she was like kind of worried about telling me. She's like, I was worried you were gonna think I was crazy or stupid. She's like, but I saw it, and I'm
Right.
like, no, I don't think you're crazy.
yeah. Yeah, I saw it. I don't know what it was. It could have been military. I don't know. But I've never seen anything that huge. And it had about 6 to 8 lights on the bottom of it. And they were big lights.
How
And
how
just
big do you
hanging
think it
there.
might have been approximately? And how high up was it, and how big do you think?
Oh, probably bigger than a
I
football
I think you
field.
told
A
me
lot, but
three
Oh
football
wow.
fields before is what you were saying.
yeah, well, it was huge. I mean, it was so big. I don't even know how far up it was.
Yeah,
You
You
that's
know, I don't
true.
know how.
you
I don't.
said it was tall too, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you could see it. You could when I walked up closer to it, and I had turned the light off so that
Hmm.
I could see it better. I walked up closer to it, and it was so big, and it kind of scared me because
Yeah, it
I,
would.
well,
Yeah.
like I said, I didn't even know what it was. I
What
didn't know what
is?
it
Yeah.
was. But by the time I did think to get my phone for a picture, when I came back out, it was gone.
Hmm.
So it had to
And
be
then it was
fast.
like about 3 months later, I was sitting up late, like I said I do, watching stuff about aliens, like I always
Right.
do, and here comes this episode, this segment about the same thing that she described, and
Yeah, I've heard people describing that object
I
many
paused
times.
it, and I called her up, and I put her on video call, and I put so she could see the TV, and I said, look, you're not crazy. It's other people talking about the
Mm-hmm.
same thing you saw, so pretty
They
weird.
just had a show like that on recently
They did.
on TV,
Yeah, I
just
seen
this
it.
past week.
Yeah, I think I saw it
Yep,
Some people
they
saw
were
something
talking
similar to
about.
that in Arizona too.
in
Back in the
Arizona.
Phoenix, about the
Yeah,
Phoenix lights in '97, there were some people that saw an object similar to what she just described too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just really really
You
strange.
can
Oh,
you can hear
absolutely.
her good and everything.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
hearing great. I'm hearing
This is
great.
I've never done this
Well,
live.
you're doing better than what we've been doing on
Yeah.
our background. So
I did a test trial with her one night because I when me and you first started doing this,
yeah,
I told her I said one of these nights I'm gonna call you and
yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
works.
have you.
It
Yeah.
works great. Yeah,
All
it
right.
works
Good.
absolutely great. I'm hearing it no problem. So, well,
Good.
that's interesting. And I think the fact that number one, the size, but the no sound sometimes it might be more eerie than it actually making the sound
Yeah.
because it could be up behind you and you wouldn't even know it.
You wouldn't
That's
know
kind of that's what's kind of
because there's
freakier.
no wind. There's no.
Yeah,
There's
you don't
no.
hear no
There's no
engine,
sound.
no rotors.
That's that whole anti-gravity propulsion thing.
Right? Exactly.
Magnetic
Well,
anti-gravity, whatever you call it.
well, I didn't tell a lot of people because I was afraid. I thought people
Yeah.
would think I was crazy.
Nah.
Well,
And
a lot of people feel that
no, when
way.
your grandma was alive, she saw lights in the sky too.
Yeah. Well, I've told Chad I seen lights when I was a kid. Me and when we lived, I don't know if we were living in Montana, but it was out in Montana. It was late at night, and it was like, Duke and Brad and Alan and me. We were all out sitting in the back of a truck, and we saw lights.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But anyway, I don't want to take your show over or anything.
No,
but
you're
No,
I
good.
just
no, that's
that's
interesting. I'm glad you called in. I like to hear that stuff.
You're not taking nothing over. This is adding to it.
well, it just like I said, I check it every night when I come out here,
You looking for it
and I bring
again?
it down.
Yeah.
I always, yeah, I'm looking for it. I keep
Like,
thinking, well,
is
maybe
this
it'll
thing
come
out
back.
there?
Yeah,
That's funny.
maybe it'll come back. But I
You
mean,
never know.
it's a shocker. It really is a shocker when you see something like that. But it was so close. It had to be so far away, but it looked so big that it felt like it was
See, the
right
big
there.
part, the big part stumps me, but there's like a lot of talk or a lot of things I've seen about these triangular,
Yeah, the
sound.
TR3B they call it, I believe.
Yeah, that they've done reverse engineering to so that we could make them. You know what I mean? We could use them.
Right.
But I'd like to see them come out with, or at least admit to some reverse engineering on something that doesn't run off of turbine engines and things like that.
Right.
You still looking for the background? You're like, where?
I thought I got it back on there, but I can't get it behind us again. So
Yeah,
I'm
you get the background, but then we're gone.
I'm not going to mess with it anymore. We'll figure that later. I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to have the people watching it like go, have convulsions, all this changing and flickering and going off, sensitive to lights and stuff.
Look at these two morons.
Right. You call it professional broadcast, but hey, this shows we're human, real. It happens, but
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's what it is. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you guys know if I ever see anything again.
Oh,
Yeah.
please do, and if you
Have
can,
your
I'll try
camera
to keep
ready.
my phone with me.
yeah, that
Yep.
would be pretty neat to see.
Gotta have
Absolutely.
the phone ready.
Right.
Yeah, but but when you see something like that in your backyard, it's like
Yeah, I don't think
you're just in
the first
awe.
thought is, oh, I better get this on film. You're
Right.
just
Right.
in awe.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I was
understandable.
in shock. I think I was in shock. I was just in awe. And I didn't want to leave because I wanted to keep seeing it to see if it was real.
Right.
Wanted to keep watching it to see if it was real.
I think any one of us would be the same way. We wouldn't want to walk away. We'd be like,
No, you wouldn't. You
You
wouldn't.
want
You'd
to
be
see
like-
it.
Yeah.
Leave. You want to see it. Like whatever is gonna do, you want to see it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if it would move, and it didn't move. It stayed there. That's why I kind of got a little bit nervous so I went in, and then I thought my phone, and went out there and it was gone, and you didn't hear anything, nothing.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. That would be neat. That was cool. I thought it was cool stories. I thought
It's an awesome story.
I thought
Yeah.
it'd be good for this
I
channel.
wish I could
this-
see something like that. I really do. But
Yeah.
nope.
I don't know. It kind of scares you, but anyway, guys,
Yeah. Thank you.
thanks for
Appreciate
listening
it.
to my
So
story.
that's Cecilia B. Everybody. That's my mother.
Appreciate that story very much. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming on and telling us.
Thanks.
All right.
If I see another one, I'll let you know, and I'll try to keep my phone.
Yeah.
There
Let
you
us
go.
know.
I don't think I will. I think it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Probably, yeah. That's the way it
Yeah.
seems to be. Yeah.
Or never.
But
So.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, but you got to be open.
Yeah.
And I
No.
spend a lot of time looking at the sky.
That's one of the things me and him talk about is we're at least I speak for myself. I'm open to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
am
it's great
totally
discussion.
open to all of
It's-
this.
yeah,
That's why
it's
we do this
interesting.
channel. But like so many things, I always seem to find a way to rule it out or rationalize it as this or that. I don't know. But
And
anyway,
I think we do with things we don't understand. We try to do that.
Yeah.
right. Well, you're gonna.
If you'd have seen this, there was no ruling it out. It was something, but I don't know what.
Yeah, if I would have, let's see. I haven't got to do that yet. Maybe my time's coming.
Maybe.
So
Okay. Well, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you guys later.
thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think the sheer size and the quietness would really to me would
spook
be
you.
eerie. Yeah, because you could be sitting there walking your dog, like, you know, and then
And just
that thing
all
be
of a
behind
sudden something
that thing
come
be
on top of
behind
you.
you, and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, it's just, yeah, that's creepy.
That's a scary thought
Yeah, it really
because
is.
even if it doesn't harm you, it's
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
just
it caught me off guard.
what
You
is
know,
it?
like
Why is it there? What's it
how
doing? You
yeah,
know,
it
is
was
it going
able
to
to
get
sneak
me?
up on me. Is
Yeah,
it gonna get me?
yeah, I know. I mean, you know, all these questions are going through your
Yeah,
mind. You know,
no, yeah.
is it what's the purpose of it? You know, where is it? What's it from? You know, what's it doing? You know, yeah,
I don't know.
it's pretty neat. But yeah, I got some more photos I want to
Show it.
show here.
Show 'em.
I thought these were kind of cool myself. Let's see here. I thought these were really pretty cool, actually. So let's do this here, and there you go. So I'm getting better. Can you see that? All right.
Nope, it's got us on top of it. So
Okay, that should not be there. Let's go this. Let's move this here up here.
there you go.
Okay.
Looks like a blimp.
Yeah, this series of photographs I'm ready to show you. These were taken in March of '71 from the USS Trepang, which is a submarine. That, you know, it was out doing maneuvers. So these are kind of interesting, kind of strange objects near the water. So I thought I wanted to share these for sure tonight on this.
That's cool.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. They get some bizarre ones. You got this thing here. I don't know if that's going in the water, coming out of the water. We got all the smoke there. I don't know. There's not a lot of information on these photos, I should say. Then you got this one here where it's like halfway in and halfway out, which I think is kind of interesting as well.
That looks similar to the last one, just in the water.
Right, yeah. So I don't know if that other picture was it coming back up or coming out, going back in, or going in. I don't know, but and then this one here, I think this one here is pretty wild. It's kind of
Now
like we've
that
talked
almost
about
looks like that flying saucer
disc on the
inverted.
side, like we was talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, exactly. So I thought that one was pretty cool. And we've got this here. That one's kind of eerie too. I mean, I don't know what I'd do if I saw something like that. You know, what is that?
That would
you
be
know?
really spooky to see, be out on a boat or a ship and see that.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Like,
yeah. This is like
what?
so. This one is submarine. I think I'd be like lowering the periscope and diving down.
Yeah.
We're out. We're done.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we're done. They can have this area. We're gonna move elsewhere.
Go anywhere but here.
And then here's another photo of it as well, a different thing. So I don't know. I just wanted to share these photos. I thought they were all pretty cool myself.
So
you
that
know.
cloud around it almost looks like it's being caused like by the machine, like from the water.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah. Is that water
like
vapor? Or
it's
is that
vaporizing the
gas
water.
from the object? You know, yeah. It's hard to tell what that really is. But just interesting stuff. I wanted to share those photos with you. I thought it was pretty interesting to
I
do.
mean, I can almost that picture, that last one, to the far right, the water line.
I'm trying to find us again. Sorry, folks.
It's all right. The water line, surface of the water and the smoke, that kind of looks like it might have been fudged. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. That's for sure. So I'm not sure where we are. I keep hitting that one. We're gonna get rid of that one.
yeah. So where's the background?
So
There's the
back-
background.
The background's on the
Okay,
bottom. Yeah. See, I
and
don't know
then
why I'm
we-
up there, but you're not.
We
That's
should,
weird.
you'll be there in 2 seconds, man. I'll take
Okay.
care of it.
There, see, you need to run this show. I don't know what I'm doing. My hands are gonna be off the off this
Well-
computer.
You're learning. It's okay. You're clicking all over the place.
I can hear you. I don't see you.
Yeah. Now you do though, right?
I can. Yeah. And we got our background back, so we're
Yeah.
normal. I think.
It's just in the I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, cool stuff, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty cool. Don't worry, I'll do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. That's for sure. Like it's just new to me. I'm so used to StreamYard's things, hit show this, move that around. It's so
Yeah.
much. And I think it's the fact that this is we're in the more advanced presentation scenes where I'm more used to
Right.
the amateur hour type stuff that
The
I can work good. That's my speed, I guess.
The amateur hour.
Yeah, that's more my speed on some of those things. So
King Paco, did you happen, if you're listening, did you happen to hear the story that we just had? I had my mom come on.
yeah,
As
that
a
was really
caller.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. I was just wondering if he heard it and what he thought about it. But
Yeah, I really like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear. I like to hear what the viewers had to say out there, what they've seen. 'Cause that
Yeah.
makes for interesting. Because a lot of stuff that's not, but no one knows that hasn't been told to the world. Like you watching that documentaries, you start hearing the same ones over, but
right.
these are we don't know.
So I can
Yes,
have
sir,
her
he
on
said.
again when we are talking about ghosts and stuff like along that line. Hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I love
Her-
you out there too. I like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
her and her sisters and a few of my cousins, they just did it not too long ago. I think they'll go on like a trip. They used to do it every year, and there's a town down in Florida called Casadega
Mhm.
that's really really haunted, and they go there a lot. So they've got stories from there, and I think they've even gone up to St. Augustine. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, see, Florida also has that. There's that naval military research center down there too, and I can't think of the name of that in Florida.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
You
see if I
may you
can-
may bring up the name, and I'll go, oh yeah, I've heard of that, but may not.
Yeah, the Naval Research Laboratory. It's in Florida, and, with facilities in Orlando and Key West. That's something else that's very. A lot of I don't want to really call them conspiracy theories, but a lot of stories stem out from those as well. That's the other. That could be a whole other show too. That's an interesting
Yeah.
little things too. And some of the stuff that they see around there. Who knows if they're behind some of that? It's research.
Right.
So I got one more photo I want to
Yeah.
share. Hopefully when I get done sharing this,
Put it in here, and I'll drive.
that's well, I'll have you bring it. I'll have you
Yeah.
bring us back. How's that? Okay. Please work. All right, here we go. There. I thought that was kind of interesting. It went away, didn't it?
Well,
There we go.
It's just not it's not showing up yet.
Okay, I'm seeing it on mine. Are you seeing it?
No. Nope.
Hmm.
Where'd you put it?
It's on my screen. I can see it. I don't know why you can't, but that's weird.
Nope.
See, I'm seeing it now. I can't
I
believe I
see
don't
it
know why.
really, really tiny down at the bottom.
Okay, see, it's maximized on.
Yeah. Looks like a is it a triangular shape?
Yeah, it's a smaller photo on my screen. I'm looking at full size here. I don't know why it's not showing up there because it was working perfectly on my end, but I don't know why you can't see it. I apologize for that again. So I'll stop sharing it since it's not working anyway. Now you have to bring us back.
All right. We're back already. I don't.
Okay.
We didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Well,
We
that's
should be-
good.
Yeah, we should be good. Well, you got more, or is
That's all I had. That was a pretty cool photo too. I don't know why I was seeing it. I don't know why we couldn't up. So it's like you said. It kind of reminds me of it kind of looks like the capsule that came down from Apollo mission
So
or the
it was
Mercury
small, but
type.
that's what
yeah,
I was.
it reminds me of that capsule, like the Mercury
That's what it looked
capsule,
like.
whatever that. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
looked
that
like to
little
me, kind of.
Triangular shaped, but like
Yeah,
smooth.
it's weird.
Yeah,
So
almost like a a top. Like the spinning tops.
hmm
You ever seen a top like a gyro top?
that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what it is.
Wow.
Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna try it now. See if you could see it now. I uploaded it, so hopefully it'll show up. I don't know.
Okay, so now it'll be a layer somewhere. Yep. Let me
Okay,
see.
there we
Oh,
go.
that might be why it's not showing. There it is.
There we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Blurry as all get out.
Yeah, it's not it's not the clearest photo, but it's there. So, and it's weird, but it kind of remind me of the, like you said, the Mercury
Yeah.
capsule, whatever, Gemini, when the old capsule they
Yeah.
used to float around in there in space. So, yeah, that's all the photos I got. Like I said, the USOs, there's just not a lot as much information out. They're just
Right.
not. They're just not. But they're still interesting to talk about nonetheless. I mean, it makes you wonder out there. You know, if they got experimental aircraft flying in the skies all the time, then why wouldn't they have stuff around the water? Because, you know, like we said at the beginning of the program, you know, most people look for attacks, you know,
They look
land and above. You know,
Yeah.
they don't think something come up out of the water. You know, so
Imagine
you
how
know,
creepy it would be to find out that all along, deep down in the ocean, there's a civilization of aliens there that we didn't know about.
yeah, right.
Like,
We've been
they
down there for thousands of years. Where you guys been?
yeah. They're like,
Yeah,
we don't come up
exactly.
here because you guys are stupid. You're killing each other, and you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what they would say too. Probably,
Yeah.
probably where they haven't landed. These guys are crazy, shooting,
They're,
killing
they're
each other
out
for
of
no
their
reason.
minds. Let's just be quiet.
Yeah, there's no intelligent life down
Every
here. Let's
time
keep.
a UFO is spotted, it's somebody getting court-martialed, or they're you're not supposed to let them see you. You know.
Exactly. But
You're grounded now. No more
so
flight time.
I guess pretty much that's all I've got as far as really to
Okay,
cover
yeah, well, we can
tonight.
wrap it
So
up.
I guess our final synopsis. We always like to do these at the end.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. These are pretty much. I just don't know. I never really thought about it being our experimental stuff until you put that video together. You know, it could be experimental, you know, subs or
Right.
underwater things, and that actually makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, that is 100% could be exactly what we're seeing. So, I'm going to lean towards a lot of that could be that. One thing I want to add too before, some people were saying the ones I took from the submarine. Some people say that could also be naval tests when they were testing like balloon type things out over the water. Could have been that too.
Those older ones, those older pictures.
Yeah, the ones I
Yeah.
took that was back for could be that too. Didn't specifically say that was what they were doing, but some people say that could be what that is as well. But again, we try to explain things that we just don't know. Nobody could
Right.
say that. Oh yeah, that's exactly this or that's exactly that. When you don't know, you try to rationalize with things that you do know.
Yeah.
So I guess my synopsis, I tend to believe that, you know, people probably are, yes, they are seeing things. Is it, you know, is
What
it us?
are they
Is
seeing?
it them?
Who knows?
Yeah. I think a lot of it, you know, like I think a lot of the, you know, UAPs, where you want to call it now, are experimental aircraft, things we don't know. Because like I always said before, an F-16 was a UFO at one time. So, you know, that's my synopsis. What do you have? Do you have anything to put on
Yeah,
that?
I mean, same thing. I don't have enough concrete evidence to prove anything one way or another. I would need to see something like what my mom saw.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
the idea that the military has stuff like that and is just hiding it, or is just not, to a degree I believe that. But to another degree I don't, especially when somebody claims to have seen something that's so large that if it were on the ground it would take up a huge amount of space. And
Yeah, where you gonna land that thing, and we're
where
gonna
are they
store
keeping
it?
it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you know what I mean, if they're keeping something like that from us, where? That's big. So things like that make me lean towards it could likely be extraterrestrial.
That's the other
Again,
thing. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have proof, so that's where I stand.
Well, no, you bring up good points. That's why I like bouncing these ideas. Like you
Yeah.
said, where's this thing being stored?
Yeah.
I mean, when it's not flying, if it's ours,
If it's that big,
does the ground open up and it goes down in there? Is there
it's gonna need a huge area to
It's
land
gonna
it,
need a
to
big
store it,
building.
to hide
Yeah.
it. That's a little harder to hide. If
Exactly. Where's it? Yeah, people say, "What's this? What is that huge complex out there?"
yeah, there's a
You know?
building. There's a building out in New Mexico that's 4 miles long.
Yeah, exactly. I
Like,
mean,
you
that's no,
know,
but that's very. Those are things that we like to bring up and things I
yeah,
like to think about because that's always brings a new layer to this
to
whole
the
thing.
to
Is
the
this stuff
doubt.
real?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
because it's a very stuff you don't think about, but when you do, it's like, yeah, that's right. Where are you storing this thing? Where's it housed at? Who's taking care of it?
yeah.
There's a lot of,
Like,
there's
yeah,
a lot of stuff that's got to be,
it's got to get
and
maintenance
like you
once in
said,
a
that
while. There's
building would not, you couldn't hide something
no,
that massive.
yeah.
There's
So
no
that's
way.
what I'm
You
saying.
can't hide a little 10-foot shed in the middle of a bean field. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So how you gonna hide this thing that's gonna store, like she
you
said,
know,
like a couple
something that's
football fields?
yeah. You're talking,
Yeah,
at least a half a mile wide,
yeah.
if not longer. That's
It's
big. That's a big building.
hmm
I know
it's
Amazon's got some big buildings,
yeah, right.
but maybe we
But
need to be looking in those.
I like to think about that, but in a way, that also kind of creeps me out. It's like that makes you think, what is this? Because
Yeah,
you
where
don't.
is?
I mean, I say I don't ever thought about this. See, that's what I like about them. It gets your mind thinking.
Yeah,
Now you got to think of whole other situations that you got to think about.
yeah. Because before you probably, your mind was like, yeah, no, I tend to think it's military stuff, and they're just not telling us about it. Okay, where are
Where are
they
they
keeping
hiding
that?
it?
Where are they keeping that big thing
Where are they
that's
keeping
two
that
miles wide?
technology?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
It's
a small
interesting.
craft you can see. Okay, yeah, they could probably easily hide that. Something larger than a football field or two football fields, that's a little tough.
Right.
Where would you keep it? That just like reminds me of like the question or the thing that I brought up when we were doing the Bigfoot was
Yeah.
in the wild you see dead carcasses of deer and all these things. Where's all the Bigfoot carcasses?
Exactly.
So,
They would show up. They don't live forever.
yeah,
That's the thing. But yeah, that wow, we closed the show off with more questions than answers. I
yeah,
think tonight. We
keep
try to
everybody
answer this
going.
stuff, but I mean, that's why we like this. We want to feed the information. You could draw your own conclusions. Because now I'm not so sure. Because like you said, these things have to be stored somewhere. They're
Yeah,
not just they're not just parked in an open field. You couldn't hide it. They're not in the air 24/7. Where
nope.
are they? Are they under the water? I mean, you would need a building. I don't think. I don't
No,
know.
if
But
it's in the water,
yeah,
and
you
then
just I don't know.
in the
I
water.
wish I wish you wouldn't have. I kind of wish you wouldn't have brought it up. Now I wouldn't even be thinking about this. Where are you storing this thing?
But if it was in the water, it would have to be deep enough so that people, because like there's contractors, there's individual,
Fishermen, people out
well,
there.
not just fishermen. I want to go bigger than that. Like people that have the ability, that have the money to do a lot of things and dive and
Right.
submersibles, but there's not a lot of people that have the money to go really deep,
Right.
and
That's
a lot of people have access to the technology to keep a 1 to 2 mile wide object buried in the ocean where
yeah.
nobody can get to it.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like I said, yeah, we're just gonna have to end this episode with more questions and answers. Have to circle back around to it and
Yeah,
try to figure something out. But that's why I love this stuff because, like you said, you can get in these rabbit holes and just go down this stuff with all these
yeah, yeah.
thoughts
And
and
this
questions
is
and
two guys going down a rabbit hole we're both skeptics. We're not
yeah.
like we don't believe 100% in anything that
No,
we
I
don't
mean
see
no.
really. Um, so yeah, you need. What do you want to talk about next week?
Well,
I want to. You want to go ghosts?
we need to do a ghost. We need to do a ghost, and we have not done that. We have covered some cryptids and things. We need to do a ghost.
Let's go ghosts. We'll get into. I'll pick the brain of Cecilia B here, and we'll maybe head down that Casadega route.
Yeah, there's a lot that could be. That's multiple shows because there's so
Oh
much.
yeah, easy.
There's so
All
much
of this
things to
is
talk about. You got different, and there's so many different ways of contacting them, or if you want to try, that's where I look for it. Searching for them or hunting them.
yeah,
You got the spirit boxes, you got the EVPs. You got all that stuff. It's just really there's a lot to that to take apart there. So yeah, we'll just be scratching the surface for that for sure next week.
sure.
So Hey, I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. This
Yes.
one was a lot of fun. Again, like I said, there's not a lot of information about this, but we probably left you wondering a lot of stuff now too at the end here. Like, never thought of it that way, but that's what we're here for. So that's all I've got tonight. That's all I can say. Hope everybody has good rest
That's
of the
all I
week.
got to say about that.
That's correct. Yeah, that's right. Have a great rest of the week. You got any closing words there, Clay?
That's it. Just thank you for anybody that did show up and watch today and commented. Thank you, Cecilia B. Mom, for the phone call, the call in. That was great. And we'll see you next week. That's it.
Absolutely. Till then, take care.